how Mr. Lewis inspired us to do this project is we took a field trip to TSMC, and then we looked through the building and they gave us presentations about how to create a green building. And we looked at how they collected water and used warm water to for the toilets, and also how they collected energy to light the power and electricity. So in the process afterwards, we decided to create a green building for PAS for the new campus. So one of the proposals that I came up with was to use rainwater and to use a dual flush system for the toilets. So basically there's two flush buttons on this toilet. So there's one for a small flush and one for a large flush.
And I designed the entire the experiment, and personally I collect the data. So I went to the power plants, around the power plants, and collect data.
I planned all these things by giving instruction and steps, and like the location, I picked the location and pass it down to the group members, and I purchased most of the product, and we split it to groups, and I designed, I personally like most of the checkpoint, do most of the checkpoint.
So this is my design of the school building, the new campus. It will have 3 stories and a roof with solar panels on it. There's going to be hallways in the middle with fans with water. And there's going to be a green wall here, and rain harvesting system.
I think centralized might be the solution, because having the portable ones will require many motors running. So centralized, you might only need like 2 or 3 large motors.
Yep. For set the time, and it can like run by itself.
Yeah. So it means that maybe
charge in the day and then work in the night.
In the day, yeah.
I was thinking that we can probably buy some solar panel and we can put it on the 6th floor, and maybe the 6th floor we can like make a roof so it can be like indoor gym.
Right.
Yeah. And yeah, we can like on the roof we can put the solar panel on it.
Hi, my name is Eric, and today I'm going to talk about green building. So, in the beginning, I would like to say green building by definition is a building that is both environmentally friendly and resource efficient throughout the building's lifespan. And before I started this project, I thought about conserving the usage of water, electricity, and then I come up with I found the resource on the use of water air conditioning system, because in our environment in Taiwan is hot and humid, so it is hard to avoid the use of air conditioning system. So, well, here you go, man. Thank you. Our school campus structure is currently is fixed. So, for the new campus, I hope this kind of system can be implemented in order to create environmentally friendly system structure. Okay, so water air conditioner is the recent invention that saves electricity. So later I'll specify more on how. Okay, so can I use the whiteboard?
You use it. Why not? Go this way.
This way? So before we start, okay, so here's
Give you a reminder, you need to control the time.
So this thing is called the heat of vaporization. So here's 2 container. So one container is low pressure and high pressure. So here's the liquid. So in this container is low pressure, and in this container is high pressure. So these are the gases, and these are the liquid. So in order to create a cold container, we have to actually lower the pressure, which this cycle is called evaporation. So the substance will go from the liquid state to gas state, in which it'll actually it'll emit cold, and it takes the heat. So it takes the heat. It actually just boils. So it emits cold. And in this container, it has high pressure. So this is liquid and this is gas. So the gas, this process is called condensation. So basically, they're inversed. So this emits heat, and it takes the cold. So that's the general idea of how the air conditioning cycle works. So I'll go more specific on the air conditioning system. So in the air conditioning system, this is the compressor. And this is the expansion. So this is a air conditioning system. So from this part, this part is high pressure, and this part is low pressure. As mentioned before, this part, the compressor, facilitates the amount of gas passing through the brass tube. So basically, the brass tube, for this part of the tube, is actually the heat is coming out because it takes the cold in. So, and for this part is actually so this part is condensation. This part is expansion, and evaporation. So the liquid goes into gas, so it emits cold. So here are 2 fans. So this fan. Okay, so here's the interior. This part of the air conditioning system takes the air into the interior of the building, and this part takes the air from the outside and cools down the brass tube, because this part of the tube requires to take in the cold in order to to make the condensation possible. So here's the difference between the air-cooled and water-cooled air conditioning system. So in air-cooled, it's basically you pull in the air and then extract it in order to cool the tube. In water-cooled system, we actually have to use. So in water-cooled system, there's actually a water cooling tower where it pumps the water into this part of the system. So the cold water goes in and the warm water comes out. So it is more efficient than using the air-cooled method. In fact, in our hot and humid environment, we will use less electricity by using water cooling system because the motor does not have to work as much to fight with the heat. And so the advantages of water air conditioner. So there is no exhaust ventilation and hot air outlet that are required. And water-cooled air conditioners, they work better in areas with high ambient temperatures, as mentioned. They can be used in extremely hot areas. It offers a great cooling capacity. For example, like 5 tons of air can be cooled in single-phase unit, and it requires 50 amps. And 5 tons of water cooled only requires 30 amps. Next slide. Okay, so there are 2 types of water air conditioner. So there's portable one and central one. The portable one is basically you can take it to the places where you want it to cool, but I don't think our campus will be using the portable one. So I'll focus more on the central one. So the central one is easier to manage the usage of electricity and cooling. So the cost. So there are 2 costs. One cost is the installation and the machine itself. Like how much does it cost to buy the system? And the other cost is how much savings you are going to make when you are using the water cooling system in comparison to the traditional air conditioning system. So according to the Taiwanese electricity cost calculation, we go by electricity degree equals to watt divided by 1,000, so kilowatts, and times the percentage of usage and times the amount of hours used. And then the cost would be the degrees used times the price per electricity degree, which in this case in Taiwan, each degree is around 3 new Taiwan dollars. And conventional air conditioner cost, they consume around 5,000 watts per hour. And water air conditioner, they consume around 3,500 watts per hour. So I actually did not do the savings here because there's one factor, which is the percentage of usage that I cannot put into the calculation, which here is the equation that can be used to calculate how much money you have saved by using this system. Nice. So the cost of the unit itself. So in this large building like this, it requires multiple units of compressor in order to cool down the whole building. So it requires multiple units. So each conventional air conditioners, it costs around 3,000 US. And water cooled costs around 9,000. And the whole system costs around 3 million NT to 10 million NT, depending on the pipeline throughout the building and the labor costs and how many unit of compressor were used. And the carbon dioxide emission level. So although the air conditioning system does not produce carbon dioxide, but it produces the carbon dioxide indirectly because the use of electricity. So the more electricity are used, the more carbon dioxide you're actually making. So yeah. So here are the method to control the emission. So the ducted system that cools the whole house through multiple ceiling outlets. So this system makes the air conditioning system more efficient on cooling the whole building. And second, the thermostats between 24 to 25 Celsius. And every degree higher can save 6% of energy used. And third, place the main air conditioner in a shady location that will prevent it from exposing to the sun. And fourth, clean the filter periodically to make sure the motor is working efficiently. And fifth, make sure all the ducting are completely sealed so that will minimize the amount of air leaks. Next one. Okay, so the system. This is the water cooling tower. So I did not mention right here. So, okay, I'll generalize the whole system. So the cooling tower and boiler will be used for cooling and heating on water. And there are hose motor and indoor unit. The indoor unit is usually used. So when you have one room use around 1 to 2 indoor unit. So basically, the indoor unit will extract air from the inside the building to the hose unit. The hose unit will use the compressor to cool down the pipeline and send the cold air back into indoor unit to give cool air. So in this system, each hose motor has about 9 horsepower, and it can be added up to 54 horsepower, which can support up to 64 indoor unit. And each indoor unit has about 1 to 10 horsepower. So due to time constraints, I will. Okay. So the other topic is decibel control. So it's really hard to control the amount of noise produced by the air conditioning system, but here are the things that should be reminded. So the newer model, well, it's logical sense to know that the newer model tends to be quieter than the older model. And the second, the compressor tends to make more noise than the fans. So that means when compressor worn out, replacement is the only option to quiet it down. So it doesn't it doesn't make as much noise to your neighborhoods. So third, fan blade make lots of noise when coated with dirt. So it creates the imbalance between fans, which cause the bearings to worn out. So periodic maintenance is required. Yeah. And the variation of power usage between working hours and nighttime are also helpful on both electricity usage and the decibel control. And yeah, that's it. Thank you.
这粘住，你把拉整个粘胶拉掉了。真是哦。先这样，先讲完。
也是啊，全部都被录下来了。
有证据。
Okay, so this is my green building project. So definition of a green building. It refers to both the structure and the using of processes that are environmentally responsible and resource efficient throughout a building's life cycle, from siting to design, construction, operation, maintenance, renovation, and demolition. And the common objective of green buildings is to reduce the overall impact of the built environment on human health and the natural environment by 3 things. First, efficiently using energy, water, and other resources. Second, protecting occupant health and improving employee productivity. And 3, reducing waste, pollution, and environmental degradation. So this is my for this project, I designed a whole building. Like, unlike some people, they just like use like different things. Yeah. So this is my sketch. So this is the building of the school. There's 3 floors. There's gonna be green walls here on the inside, and there's gonna be a roof with solar panels here. And for the 2nd floor and 3rd floor, there's gonna be a hallway here with a balcony, and there will be fans there. And this is the outside. This place will be the rainwater harvesting system. So rainwater goes here and they collect it here, and it goes down and up there. Okay, so for the solar panel on the roof, I found this particular project. It's SunPower Helix from the company SunPower. So for example, they have many schools that they worked with, or SunPower. This is an example. So the location was a school district in San Raymond, in California. And it doesn't say how much they spent with the solar panels, but it says how much they'll save in over 25 years. So if they continue using the solar panels for 25 years, they'll save approximately $24 million USD. And they covered 172,000 square feet in area. So this is a calculation. So if we take, say, the roof will be 100 ping, we convert that into square foot, and then divide it by that school district area to get that number. And then this is 24 million, and divide by that and get 495,000. And then that's USD, and convert it into Taiwan dollar would be 16 million. So you would save 16 million NT dollars over 25 years if you use solar panels. So this is a green wall. Benefits of green wall: air, decrease noise, improve air quality, protect buildings, reduce urban heat island effects, and reduce energy costs. So the green walls will be, as you see, like on the outside of the building that's facing the middle part. Yeah, so it's gonna be 3 stories high. So this is a rainwater harvesting system that's going to be outside the building. This is a ground, so it's going to be underground. And so it collects rainwater from a manhole here. And so the water goes down and there's filters, so it only gets rainwater. Goes down here and there's this pipe that discharges to storm drain, and then goes down here, and so this will all be like in between the school and the harvesting system. And then these are vents that stop mosquitoes from going through them. And so the rainwater goes here, and it goes up that way and into the school. So for water conserving fixtures, we'll use low flow faucets and dual flush toilets. Picture of dual flush toilet. So it saves water by having two flushes, one small and more water. And for the lighting, LED and CFL lightings are more expensive sometimes, but they use less energy and last a lot longer than normal lights. For the insulation part, I looked at Kaohsiung American School as an example. They use Career air conditioners, that's the brand. And so these conditioners are AHRI certified. That's Air Conditioning, Heating and Refrigeration Institute. And they certified it and saying that it ensures minimum energy efficiency and equipment quality. Certification. And so for the balcony part, the hallway part, we're not gonna have AC, we're gonna save some of the AC there, so we're gonna use water misting fans, and these are very cheap, but they also cool down temperature. And one would be approximately $115 USD. And if we have 3 on each floor, or 4, let's say we have 10 overall, we'll spend $1,150. That's 34,000 NT, and that's really cheap, and it saves energy. For the flooring, I chose plastic vinyl. They're impermeable, it holds up to traffic and is easy to care for and clean. And it helps to provide a hygienic and safe environment. They're very durable, easy to maintain, and resistant to moisture. So no fibers to trap dust mites and other allergens. And based on the environmental and economic criteria developed by the U.S. National Institute of Standards and Technology's Building for Environment and Economic Sustainability Life Cycle Assessment Model, plastic vinyl composition tile outperforms linoleum and recycled content ceramic tiles like these. And these criteria include solid waste, indoor air quality, global warming, acid rain, and natural resource depletion. That's a picture of what plastic vinyl flooring looks like. That's the end of my presentation.
Okay. Hello. Today I'm going to introduce a green eco-friendly idea to Pacific American School. So, what is green tent wall? I'm going to explain what is a green building. So, green building basically means the building that can efficiently using energy and like water and other resources, and protect the occupant health and improve employees' productivity, like then reducing the pollution and waste. And basically, if green building have these have all of these points, then you can consider it a green building. And there are some in Pacific American School, some of my classmates really like to sleep in class. And I think there's a reason. Because sometimes in the classroom the temperature is somehow very warm, and then it makes me want to sleep. And if I try to use plants photosynthesis, it actually can make your brain you can concentrate more in the classroom. And why I choose plant wall? Because these plant wall structures, like, they bring nature back to urban areas. Like, you cannot see a lot of green in cities. So why don't create a plant wall by ourselves? So, and the motivation is the original motivation of plant wall is as the pollution rises and the application of living green wall stands to reverse this situation. And green walls can restore the natural balance. Yes. So what's as I said, the benefits of a plant wall? It can improve the air quality and reduce CO2 concentration. Also, because as we are children, we all learn about like plants uses photosynthesis to absorb CO2 and releases oxygen. Yeah. So it can plant also can filter air around them by absorbing cleaning pollutants. Like they can clean our air quality. And yeah, these are benefits of plant wall. Don't look at this one. This is a chart I used it from an elementary school. They have an idea of they put a plant wall in their computer room, and then this numbers means how many students are in the computer room, and this is a ppm of the carbon dioxide. And when it's up, like, and all of you guys can analyze this. The data is as a student increases in a room, the concentration of carbon dioxide increases. Yeah, and this before planning a plant wall into the classroom and this after. And as you can see, Plango efficiently reduces concentration of carbon dioxide. Yeah. And not only even this kind of idea have the people have noticed this idea, and it even have evidence like it's on April Daily. And this what kind of plant they uses in their computer room is called philodendron. Philodendron. Yeah. And as this news basically explained, philodendron at home can improve the air conditioning quality and even relieve stress. Like when people's eyes look at plants, we can release or some kind of stress. Yeah, you feel more comfortable when you see green things. And the cost, I'm not considered many of the like resources like water. I haven't considered it as we need to water the plants. And if we just go to the flower markets like in whatever flower markets, we can find this kind of plants. It is only 40 NTD per pot, like one seed for one seed. And this classroom have about 15 level ground. It means 平数, and we only need 2 because I think 2 is enough. So there's 8 pots per classroom. So it costs 320 NTD plus 35 NTD for the iron net. Iron net is for where you put like this. Iron net is like this, and you buy it you can buy it from Carrefour or whatever, or anywhere. You could just put it at the back of our classroom. I took the photo of our classroom. And then you stick it there, and just put the plant on the iron net, and it looks like this. Yeah. And so this is what it looks like it's a successful example in a classroom. Somebody uses it in a classroom. And how to keep those plants alive? Like you put it beside where the sunlight can directly, where the plants can directly get the sunlight, and then fertilize it once every 10 days. If using liquid fertilizer, and fertilize once 2 or 3 months if using like pure form of fertilizer. Yeah. So, any question?
Any question?
What's your resource based on?
What's my resource based on? Based on the elementary school. Yeah, because they are successful of reducing the CO2 concentration.
Any question? No? Okay, thanks, Jonathan. With, huh? You want first? With me? Okay.
You want first?
Yeah, you go.
How many times I use?
我是敢 go
How much
W，
time?
Why? Nine.
我先讲。
No.
Present my projects, the solar panel. First, I will introduce what is green building. It's like environmentally building. It design and construct and operate to minimize the total environmental impact. Such as like reducing waste and pollution, and like using energy, water, and other resources, and protecting occupant health and improving employee productivity. It's a green building. Solar panel. What is solar panel? Solar panel is a panel that is designed to absorb the sun's rays as a source of energy for generating electricity or heating. So it absorbs the sunlight and produce the electricity. And if you want to connect the solar panel into a machine, the solar panel they have a positive red line and a negative is a black line. And if you want to like connect the solar panel red and black line into the machine side, so if you connect each other and it will help you to charge and then to reduce and produce the electricity. And this is how solar panel works. Yes. And in a private house system, here is like if you put a solar panel here, and when it absorbs sunlight, it will go down here and it will transfer and stay. It will switch area and then the distribution panel and then into the electricity that we use, such as like the lights and the projector or fans or the air conditioner. And the best location to put your solar panel is maybe on a rooftop, and you have to tilt about 30 to 38 degrees because where that was the sun. Because Taiwan is about it tilt about 33 degrees, so the sun is a best degree to absorb all the sunlight. And this is a surge protection device. It costs about $500 to $2,000, and it is protect the solar panel. Because if you put a solar panel on a rooftop and maybe when it's raining and the lighting can hit the solar panel, and it can absorb the large amount of electricity, and it can help you to help the solar panel not to be damaged or something like that. And in Taiwan, every day we have 3 to 4 hours daylight, sunlight, and then so we can produce 3 to 4 kWp per day. It's a unit of how much electricity can the solar panel produce. And 1 kWp we need about 8.25 square meters. So let's say 10 square meters, and then it's about 6 to 10,000 per 1 kWp. Yes. And because I don't know how big is the roof in 6th floor or how big is our new campus, so I can't give you the exactly amount of money that we have to spend.
And if we buy a solar panel, the government will help us. There are some
Subsidies.
like from 1 kWp to 10, it will like help us to reduce the money and give us money to help us to build the solar panel and the electricity that we produce. And because of the solar panel, we can also put inside the machine, such as solar iRobot. We can save more time, like 72 square meters. We only need 1 hour, and we can the iRobot we can work at the night or after school that no one is in class or in the campus, because if we let it run during the class or the break time, people might step on it or kick it and it cause damage. So we will work after school or during the night, because also in the day we have to charge the iRobot, and we can save more money. And one iRobot costs 13,000, and I think the solar panel on an iRobot costs about 1,000 or 2,000, and we can save more energy. And we can clean some dust that we're not able to sweep or vacuum it. Yes, so it can be more clean. Because there are like a lot of problems in our school, in our campus. Like there's like hairs on the floor, and students are too lazy to sweep the floor, and they also don't have like enough time to sweep it. And also the teacher, they have to teach, they have to prepare, they have to do their work, so they also don't have time to clean it. Also the cleaning ladies, they don't have enough time to clean the whole campus, and because they have to work a lot, carrying stuff. And also we can use in the solar battery. This is a really cheap way to make a solar battery. We need 2 silicone chips, and 1 we have to soak in the battery. And if you put them together and put it under the sun, it can produce the electricity by itself. But because it's too cheap, so it won't produce a lot. Yeah, but it's still, we can like buy a lot, put it outside. Maybe we can use it like reduce the electricity that we use. Maybe we put it in Wi-Fi or some lights in the campus. And this is a better one, and more expensive one. Okay, now I'm going to introduce those from frame. The frame outside is to protect the battery, the solar battery. It's prevent from the strike, and you won't be able to break it that easily. Also the junction box over here is where the electricity is made. So that here is also important. And the cell ribbon is where you connect to the solar batteries. It's here. And here is solar cell. And the solar cell is where the sunlight, where it absorbs the sunlight, and then it transfers to here, and it makes the electricity. Yes. And the glass, it have to contain the low iron, and light can come inside easily, so it have to be 91%. and also high quality, so it will also somehow protect the solar cell from damage. And EVA over here. The EVA over here is the second protection. It put the glass, solar cell, ribbon, and tender together, and gather together, and it has to have a good softness, and yeah, it can somehow protect them together and make it gather together so they won't separate them. So it squeeze them together. Yes. Questions?
That's all?
Yes.
Any question? Eric? Do you know the system? Do you know?
Solar panel with the turn.
This graph.
Oh, and by the way, the EVA it can prevent the low temperature and the heat and the humidity. Yeah, and the heat. Yeah.
Do you know that?
Questions?
Any question? Okay, thanks, Eric. Elvis.
So why do we need this? In the current era, due to global warming and lots of other issues such as increasing carbon emission and countries developing, the need for these type of building will become more essential as, for instance, human activity within cities and how the cities are the buildings within the cities are built actually can affect the environment that surrounds us. Furthermore, we also want to spend less money on energy as to promote a greener type of mentality among our school as well, and for our students. Also to create more healthier environment for the students as well. So I came up with a list of proposals which are all different components that will be essential for a green building. For instance, solar panel. One of the most fundamental aspects to our era is access to energy. But then the most conventional methods of attaining energy is not exactly renewable. It creates lots of CO2 emissions, and which actually instead increases our global temperature, which leads to more air conditioning usage, which leads to more energy uses from these non-renewable resources. So as you can see from what I just said, it's a kind of like a vicious cycle. It goes all around, and that we'll just spend more and use more carbon dioxide at the same time, wasting energy. But then that's why we need something like this solar panel for our school. This calls for access for a sustainable, renewable energy where it will not create CO2 emissions, while at the same time we will not be as we may still need conventional methods of powering of electric power. However, that will actually, but then with this, it will make us less dependable on it, so that we actually have an alternative and we can use it if let's say it's not too cloudy or something, which will render this not as effective. But then overall, we will not. In general, this is more efficient in that we will not use conventional energy as much, and if let's say it's sunny outside, we can use the other type methods to obtain energy and electricity needed. So regarding prices, I cannot find the exact prices because there are different ways of calculating. There are no exact type of cost, but but I have evidence that shows that the prices of solar panels are dropping. Therefore, building it and placing it on top of our schools, for instance, will not be as expensive. Furthermore, solar power, as you can see towards 2014, solar power prices have been dropping since 2009 and has dropped tremendously since then. While as different cities around the world starts to install these type of technology, so as you can see, it's reached a parity point where it's actually cheaper to have it. So we might as well install it while it's cheap, and so that we will not be as reliant on conventional methods of attaining energy. So the second one is natural light. Another method to save energy is by just using what we naturally have, the sun. But to achieve this, the school definitely must have, like, for instance, windows and such that are large enough and in the right sides of the school, so that the light can actually reach into classrooms. This will enable us so that we don't have to, let's say, for instance, open. For instance, always turn on light as much, and this will actually decrease the amount of energy we use each day throughout the year. And as seen in most of our classrooms, right? As seen in most of our classrooms, lights are pretty much open 24/7, and that it's a waste of energy. And even when it's really bright outside, at times, right? For instance, on the left side of school, right, in Mr. Lex's room, where he has like huge giant windows, right? Despite that, he still turns on light, and it's just like, why would you have, let's say, when it's light enough outside, why would you turn on the light to waste energy? That doesn't make sense. So, but then, as seen, like for instance today, it gets cloudy once in a while. So to use a more effective method, we can use like LED light, which is actually which cost not as much, is more efficient than both methods, and it's not that expensive and it's affordable. And also the windows are like 700 USD, so I think it's pretty sustainable. But then this leads to the next question: what if what if your classroom gets too heated? That's gonna cause an issue. People find them really hot, they don't want to work, or it's really, also Taiwan's very humid and all, so people just have a really hard time adjusting to these rising temperatures. And at the same time, if we open aircon 24/7, it's still somewhat expensive. Even after we install solar panels. So this leads to my next proposal of having an effective ventilation system where, and this will also work for those classrooms within school as well, where they don't have windows. Because, for instance, let's say if it gets too humid or smoggy in here, right? We just open a window and let the fresh air in, right? But then what about those ones inside? Just because like, for instance, Mr. Mann's class, just because they build a window to the hallway doesn't make it so that they actually get clean air into